So do you want me to sit down or should I just start talking and dancing and shit?
All right, guys, welcome back to another segment of Vinart Fantasy Football League Week Recap. All right, guys, we are back. Now remember, before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please share the video if you like it. It really goes a long way to helping us out with the algorithm on YouTube. Well, let's get at it. The first game we're going to talk about today is the Assassins versus the Wall Street Window Lickers. The Assassins, in a stunning display of dominance, crushed the Wall Street Window Lickers. The Assassins beat the Window Lickers 222.70 to 184 points. Yes, you heard it here. 60 some odd points. That's what happened. Now, to a true testament of the Assassins' superiority, man, they went in. They really did. The Assassins' best player was Breece Hall, who surpassed all expectations in scoring an impressive 44.4 points. Okay? His projected points was only 10.26, so he crushed that projection, and it also led to the win for the Assassins. As for the Wall Street Window Lickers, their best player was Joe Burrow. Burrow finally woke up from his stupor. I don't know what was going on. Everybody says he's playing injured, but he was awake. Jamar Chase was out there doing his thing, and he performed well for the Wall Street Window Lickers. Came out with a 42.55 points, with a projected score that he had of 22.57, who also just killed it. With this victory, the Assassins moved their record to 3-2 and solidified their position in 5th place. As for Wall Street Window Lickers, well, we called up Coach Zach and just asked him what's going on, what happened, with the team, what's going on, guy? And this is what he said.
Yeah, rough start to the year. A lot of stuff didn't really go right in the early weeks. Some injuries piled up on us, but no excuses. It was a miscue, and I don't really think we can turn it around. I had a conversation with our general manager about how we drafted, and we're fucked. Yeah, so we're fucked, royally fucked. Caleb Williams, I can see that happening. We've had some conversations about going after him with the pick next year. But then again, I don't know if he's going to come out because we suck.
Hey, man, listen, with a disappointing record of 1-4 right now, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something. And by the way, something they did. Wall Street Window Lickers coach Zach Starr pulled off a trade with El Cunado and Coach Lewis, where he sent CJ Stroud to the El Cunados for Amon-Ra St. Brown and some other player to be named later. I don't know what exactly it was, but it was a trade. I don't know if that's gonna help him in his in his comeback, since he is giving up a really good quarterback, but he is getting back a really good wide receiver who's a little banged up right now. But make no mistake about it, this is a must-win for Coach Zach and the Wall Street Window Lickers. A must-win. Coach Zach better hope that Joe Burrow steps up his performance and stays performing the way he did last week. Or else, the next game we're going to talk about is Indy 500 versus Chickenville Chickies. Indy 500 defeated Chickenville Chickies 253 points to 194. Man, listen, this match was pretty much over on Thursday. In a stunning display of dominance, Indy 500 crushed the Chickenville Chickies in their Week 5 matchup. Indy 500 best player of the week was DJ Moore, who gave them a crazy 65 points out of a projection of 13.09 points. As for Chickenville Chickies, their shining star was DeAndre Hopkins, who outperformed expectations with 27 points, surpassing their projected points by 13.64 points. With this victory, Indy 500 improves their record to 3-2 and solidifies their position in 5th place. As for Chickenville Chickies, they're going to drop down to 2-3. And, they find themselves in a 7th spot right now in the standings. But with all this injury happening, I don't know what Coach Louis will do. Looking ahead to next week, both teams have a strong opponent coming up next week, and both teams got to win. If not, Coach Tyree actually reached out to us and had some words to say. Let's hear him.
After beating the brakes off of my friend, man, I think my team is finally ready to take the next step in getting into that top 5. I think we're finally getting healthy. We're finally being responsive to the play calls, and I think that we're looking for a significant push, man. So second half of the season is coming up. We want to make sure that we keep dominating, keep getting that 200 club, and everything else will work himself out. I wish my last week opponent all the best in the rest of his season, and I hope he get his work his kinks out, man. They just didn't show up, but yeah, it's Indy 500, man. It's off to the races, baby.
The next matchup we're going to talk about is playoffs versus Steel City. Playoffs ran out with this one here with a score of 190.85 to 138.60. The win occured during late Sunday night game, leaving Steel City in the dust. With an impressive grade of A+ compared to Steel City's dismal D-, it's clear that the real fantasy champions are here. Playoff star player was Sam Howe, who hooked my man up with 46.30 points, beating his projection of 29.44 points. With this victory, playoffs improves their record to 2-3, while Steel City drops down to 3-2. In the league standings, playoffs is currently in 8th place, while Steel City sits at 6th place. It's clear that the playoffs dominance in this matchup will have a long-lasting effect. And remember, this is the rematch of last year's championship. And Coach Ryan Barrick just proved it wasn't a fluke. There should be no asterisks. I'm your daddy. And I quote, that's what he said. I quote, hopefully Steel City turns it around and playoffs keeps on this winning streak. Or else, next matchup is Alabama Black Snakes versus Don Francisco. In a lopsided victory, Alabama Black Snake dominated Don Francisco in Week 5 with a final score of 189.20 to 137.30. Alabama Black Snakes showed no mercy. While a few players from Don Francisco did great, like George Kittle, who gave him 27.70 points, the rest of his squad just let him down. And on the other hand, Alabama Black Snakes,
as I channel my inner Coach Prime, beating the brakes off of a team that was only projected to score 150 isn't the Rose Bowl for me. Right now, I'm out here in these streets about to get it. Me, Tua, and the rest of the squad. We rolling. We coming through. Alabama Black Snakes, baby.
Stellar performance from Gabe Davis, baby. Finally wakes up, who beat their projection by 15.44 points with a score of 27 points. Way to go, Gabe Davis. You finally got it in you, boy. With this win, Alabama Black Snakes goes up to 10th place with a record of 2-3, while Don Francisco, with the same record of 2-3, is in 9th place. I'm sure these two will love to see each other again sometime in the near future. Will Don Francisco be able to bounce back next week against El Cuñado? Only time will tell. I gotta say, this is probably a must-win situation for Chickenville Chickies, because if he doesn't win... Next matchup, Almost No McNally's versus El Cuñado for the blowout of the week. In a lopsided matchup, Almost No McNally beat the living daylights out of El Cuñado, which now we're saying maybe El Blowouto, since another blowout here and a victim of yet again another week of a blowout of the week. Almost No McNally beat him 240.90 points to 127.60. Sheesh. Almost No McNally's star player, none other than Tyreek Hill, who gave him 48 points. Man, this guy struck gold at the draft with Tyreek. Gold. As for El Cuñado, his star player of the week, was somebody he actually picked up from the waiver wire, Jaleel McLaughlin. He gave him an impressive 17.90 points when his projection was only 9.12. So he got lucky on there, but it just wasn't enough. Trade alert, trade alert. El Cunado had enough of Mac Jones and shipped his ass to the Wall Street window lickers so that he can join them in licking windows. He actually pulled off a trade of Mac Jones and Amon-Ra St. Brown for CJ Stroud and forgot who the other player was, but whatever. So he got his quarterback. Coach Lewis got his quarterback now and is ready to go into this week. He lost a good wide receiver, but in this league, you need a solid quarterback. With this win, Almost No McNally thrusts himself into third place with a record of 3-2. And on the other way, El Cunado goes to the 11th place with a 2-3 record and some low scoring, as you may already know. Last but definitely not least, it's me, the highest score of the week. 2-minute drilling your mom versus Supreme Team. In a commanding victory, 2-minute drilling your mom team defeated Supreme Team 258.85 to 175. And they showed why they are at the top of the standings in number 1 place, baby. Let's go. 2 minutes drilling your mom's star player was none other than Jamar Chase, who finally woke up and started being himself. Put up a 68-point effort for the 2-minute drilling your mom team. As for Supreme Team, their star player, well, was Adam Thielen, who gave him an impressive 32.70 points. With this win, 2-minute drilling your mom keeps his standings alive in number 1 with a 4-1 record, and Supreme Team goes to number 2 with a 3-2 record. And there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a great time for me. Let's get it going. Let's keep it going here. Vinart Fantasy Football League. We're out.